Welcome back for part 2 of episode 2 of Fairy Tales in the Forgotten Realms. So we just left off with clearing out a room full of fire compies and coming to the aid of 3 of the remaining survivors of the search party for this lost relic. Having opted for trying to make their way out, our party continues forward. Now heading towards the large, now open, iron gate. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna keep going through now. Now that I know everyone's coming, I'm gonna keep going.
The party assembles and starts walking through. Could I get a order of who's walking in what order?
I'll walk behind everybody.
I'm still in front because I'm right at the gate. I'm trying to keep
just
going.
want to do like a
Kinda
perception check
Second place, I guess.
So Vosh to the front, Turtle to the back.
I'm behind Treetop.
Yeah, in the back.
So are you going behind him?
Frog Focker.
Frog behind him. Where was Frog? Oh, there's Frog. Frog following behind, then Zoldan, Fari, and Hanu. Does anyone do anything other than heading on?
Keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I want to do like a
Keep an eye out for any
like an
anything in
investigate
front.
check while we're walking. Is there anything?
So you're just
Out of the
actively
ordinary.
looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, and perception checks.
Alright, I got a 10.
Oof.
Oh no,
That's
it's an 8.
An 8
full-
from Hanu, a 10 from...
8.
Oh, sorry, an 8 from you, from Jasta.
Jasta.
Yours was 10?
Mine was. I thought it was a 10, but it was an 8.
Oh, so 8 and 8.
Yeah.
Four.
Jim got a 4.
It's 8.
I got
12.
distracted by the
A
gemstones.
12. And a 12 from Frog.
Together, it's over 20.
A combined almost 20 on perception checks. So, Vosh continues walking forwards through this room,
Yep.
unawares of anything happening. As you continue looking by, it's just a dark room. Zoldan's following in the middle, making it light up a bit. You can see it's just old, mossy stones. You're going through this long hallway until about halfway through, as Vosh would step on a pressure plate.
Uh-oh.
And everyone who's in the way of one of these traps would have to make a dexterity saving throw. So,
Luckily for me, my dexterity is I have advantage on because I have that
So-
cloud rune.
and an important note, how tall are you, Frog?
Just about 3 foot even.
3 foot even. Vosh, how tall is your character?
4 foot.
4 foot. And then, are you flying?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, the 3 people in front of these traps, out of them, Vosh, you're just tall enough as these darts begin to shoot out of the wall towards your face.
And luckily, like I said, I have an advance on
Yes.
dexterity.
You would see darts begin to fly over your head, narrowly avoiding you. However, Jim, as you are flying, these darts begin flying straight at you.
Oh no.
So I do need dexterity checks from Vosh and Jim.
Oh no. Please.
And I do have advantage on it.
No.
So I
Jim
can
got a 2.
I
What's
ha-
your bonus
What's your
though?
bonus?
3, so it's a 5.
A 5 total.
What was it? Dexterity again?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, it would have been a 2 for me as well, but I have advantage on it, so I
Yep.
get to do it again.
A high roll.
Nat 20.
No, it's not nat 20.
Okay.
It's a 6.
A 6 total.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
So, both of you fail your saving throws
Ow.
as
I'm glad I did that freaking
these poisonous bolts fly into
well, not
you.
the oxygen.
Second
the other
wind.
one. The second wind, yeah.
So these poisonous bolts fly into you.
Oh boy, this is gonna hurt.
Ooh, as you take 11 damage each.
Oh, 11,
Almost
so
maximum.
That's a lot.
so that it would be.
So this trap is
I'm at
quite
26.
deadly.
I'm at 26. Ow!
So you feel these sickening bolts piercing into you. What do you guys do from here? So, I assume you sort of stopped as these bolts fly out.
I would, after getting hit, I would actually start looking and see if there's any more traps on the floor.
Yeah, so you'd notice under your feet, there's right in the center of this room is a pressure plate. And it's about a 15-foot wide hallway, so you're sort of walking middle of the room.
Right. I was just saying, I
See
was
a
going to see if
small
I
pressure
was
plate.
going to see if there's any other ones besides the one I just stepped on.
Yeah, and you'd see it's very, very discreetly hidden in the floor. But you could make an investigation check, see if you see any of them.
Here, I'm going to try a different way. That guy was here. So, oof.
Not great.
One second.
So he rolled a 3 for Vosh.
So that's 6.
A 6 total for Vosh to find this one.
Yeah. So that was the one I first
also
stepped
doing
on.
that, and I rolled a 15.
A 15.
yeah,
So as
with
Frog
no bonus.
begins to look, with a 15, Frog is going to begin looking ahead. You have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Frog looks in the darkness as Vosh, being very careful, is sort of stopped in his tracks. And actually moves forwards and begins looking around on the floor, just barely making out the seams where, just off to the left or right of this initial pressure plate, there were 2 more set in place that looked like they would have reactivated the trap. So now by just skirting around and going through the center, you'd be able to make it through the rest of the hallway unharmed.
Okay.
Without triggering the trap again. But then you'd be able to make your way forward into a large open chamber. And you'd see as you get into here, there seems to almost be an area of an unnatural but magical sunlight pouring into the center of the room. But the rest of it's very heavily overgrown. You can all make out in the center of the room there's just this small section of land with a pedestal on it, surrounded by this glowing blue pool of water. Yeah, it's got a very vibrant glow to it in the sunlight. It sparkles.
I would want to go and investigate the pool before doing anything else.
Yeah, you go up to the pool, so you begin walking through, avoiding the heavy vegetation. You see, it looks like maybe about 10 foot across this water to this small section of land. A little, maybe 10 foot by 10 foot round, little island in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Can I
It's
cast
about 10 foot of this deep water.
Well, that seems innocent.
I also like to detect magic.
So Hanu casts Detect Magic at will.
Yeah.
So I guess you all make your way up towards the
Yeah.
pool.
I'd like to.
Yeah, I like to too.
I'm also going to investigate.
So you all start investigating on Hanu. We'll see probably first as he just casts this spell at will.
Oh, nice.
What you get?
24.
A 24 on your investigation.
Yeah. I didn't even roll for my investigation.
Yep. So you guys go with now saying what you see.
How does the water taste?
Are you tasting it?
I got a
Do you go up
10.
and taste the water?
Yes, I drink some of the water.
Alright, so
10.
I'd say it's all kind of at the same time as you're all acting on this. You see Jaster's going to have to taste the water.
Stop it, Wood for brains.
He's going to investigate, and he's just, observing it magically.
Yeah.
I'd say Hanu would see first, coming from the water is a very strong, radiant energy.
Okay. I will.
Then the next person to observe this radiant energy would be Jaster as he drinks from the pool and feels this hot, burning, overwhelming source of radiant magic flooding now into him as you will take some radiant damage.
Oh no.
So it's this overpowering energy of life to the point where it sears into you. So you take 3 points of radiant damage.
Spicy.
And then for Frog, as you're observing, I'd say Vosh, you probably got to tell off a 10. There's something unusual
Yeah,
about the
there's-
water. It doesn't look like regular water. For a Frog, you'd be able to tell there's more of a magical element to this. This seems to be water that's under some kind of enchantment or maybe a purification, something of that sort.
Purification
Does it-
causing radiant damage.
Yeah.
Well, more of a energy to purify other things. Something to make it protected against anyone going onto it.
Okay. So if we try to go
Or if
through
it
it,
champion.
it most likely will hurt us.
Well, you saw Jaster touched it. It definitely hurt him.
Okay. So.
Well, when he drank it,
Oh yeah, drink it.
but when he put his hand in the water, it didn't do anything. So.
I mean, it was good, but
It's like a
I
quick
wouldn't
burn.
recommend it.
I would.
I would-
suggest to Vash try to swim across.
I was about to say, I'm gonna try to dip my foot in and see what happens.
Okay, so you dip your foot in the water, and again, you feel this overwhelming, searing burn of radiant energy
Better than me.
as you take 5 points of radiant damage from coming
Okay.
in contact with
Yeah,
it.
no, no.
3, he dips his foot in,
Here.
it's 5.
Perhaps
Here,
if we
here.
throw the
D6
fairy over there.
Yeah,
she-
no,
No.
no, I'm good.
The fairy can also fly.
Like,
I think Zoltan would probably walk up and investigate himself.
With wings.
The energy coming from this pool seems very familiar, similar to my own radiant magic. I think it's some kind of a protection, something to ward off evil creatures.
But I ain't evil.
I could throw the kobold across. I just don't know how you do that.
I mean, it's about a 10-foot gap.
10
Well,
foot gap.
that's
We
jumpable.
could jump. We could jump it.
Okay.
I could do an athletics and see if I can jump.
Or we could just send
Didn't
the
want to
beach.
do this.
I'm gonna do a running.
Indiana
Risky
Jones
step.
it.
I'm gonna try to running jump it.
Okay, so Vosh, you start reeling back to do this running jump, and you're very strong, pretty confident you can make it. And you just see, with a snap of his fingers, Frog appears on the island ahead of you. As he misty steps across. So now you're harmlessly in the middle of this. You'd see this stone pedestal with rays of light coming down on it. And on it is a golden talisman that seems to have the same depiction you saw before of this blue and red dragon twisted together. It's this golden talisman formed into a necklace.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate it, see if there's
I'm gonna still try to jump it now.
traps or anything.
And you would hear a voice in your head. As the water serpent around your neck looks towards you and says, This is exactly what I would need to restore balance to the land.
Why didn't you speak to me before, Spike?
My name is not Spike. I am Aetherflow. I am a protector of this land. But I've been weakened until now. Something about this place. It has natural energy still remaining. Even so, this glyph's power, I fear it would only work briefly to be able to return my strength to me.
So how would that work?
By using the glyph, I think you'd be able to return me to my full form. But I don't know if it would be enough to stop that wretched worm who's wreaking havoc on this land.
Well, it's a start. Snatch up the glyph.
You grab it. So you now have the glyph of balance. Nothing happens as you grab it.
Cool.
So you still run and jump across.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
So Vosh continues winding up this jump as you see Frog goes across and he just makes his way over and then starts looking around, looking at the snake on his shoulder. It's this telepathic conversation. Are you speaking out loud or in your head?
I'm speaking out loud.
Okay, yeah, so he's just having this conversation with himself, talking to the serpent on his shoulder, and then picks up the relic as Vosh jumps across. With an 18 strength, you are able to just clear this jump easily.
Yeah.
So you kind of jump into the back of Frog.
What's going on here? What?
Now, how big is this little island?
It's about 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
Yeah, so it'd be enough to get like a little running start if you're trying to get off of it.
Okay, is Jem able to just fly over?
Yeah, you're able to fly.
Okay.
You can just harmlessly fly over the
Yeah,
water.
Just like,
Flies over and joins them in the middle. I would say also for the three of you, and anyone else can really see in the dark, you would also see on the other side of the water, there does seem to be some like large stone containers across the way.
I would head to those.
Walk around.
Yeah, I'd walk
Start
around
skirting your way around.
and investigate the containers.
Zoldan will follow. As you trudge through this difficult, heavily wrapped vines and start making your way across.
I would probably I've got knowledge in ruins. What do you have there?
Seems to be some kind of balancing protective glyph.
Isn't that what we were looking for to begin with?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say for Vosh looking at this, you definitely recognize the things inscribed on it. It's a lot of runes for protection, balance, and restoring. Lots of things for, restoring balance to things, so that could
Right.
give or take power from things.
So what were you saying to your serpent earlier?
He was saying that this might be what he needs to return to his full power, but only temporarily.
Temporarily.
I think this is a good start towards rebuilding the balance of this land.
Did he say anything else?
He said it wouldn't be enough to destroy the foul worm.
What foul worm?
Now, in all of your heads,
Yeah.
you would hear a voice. Urgalurk.
Urgalurk?
Urgalurk.
Isn't
Can you
it?
spell that? Yeah.
Urgalurk.
Okay, it's not any of the ones I
I'll
know.
find my
So
spell. URG ULURK.
ULURK.
URG U lurk.
U-L-U.
Oh,
Get a new fucking eraser.
yeah.
Okay,
Urgalurk is,
U-R-G-U-L.
So he says foul worm, so we were talking dragon, right?
Well, very simple, but not quite. He's more of a serpent in his form. A creature of fire, earth, magma.
can I see if I can amplify anything with the ruin and see if to help him maybe make it a little bit more permanent?
I would say probably not. That you can tell from looking at this that it seems to have a heavy amount of magical power stored into it. Probably more than what you could muster to be able to change or rearrange anything with these runes.
Oh, I wasn't trying to rearrange. I
very
was just trying
powerful.
to amplify it though.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably beyond your current level of power to do. These look like some of the stronger runes, like what you would have seen on the rune dragon. So these are very powerful runes.
Do they look
described in
familiar
this.
to me?
Well,
Something.
That's what I'd say. So that's where you tell they're like protective runes, like runes to restore balance to things. So they'd be able to give and take power. It's like
I mean,
what you
does
get
it look
from.
like something that one of the things I may have lost?
I would say no. It wouldn't
No,
be similar
okay.
to that armor.
All right. I would just let them know it's like these. I've seen these runes before. They are for protection and balance and restoring or taking balance.
Excellent. When we
Maybe.
get back, you and I can do some research on this thing and see if we can find out more about it.
Sounds good.
But I think we should get someplace safe before we do that.
And then again, I'm like, okay, and run and jump in.
So you start running, jumping across.
Yep, just to join everyone else over
We
here.
can loop back to the other side where Jaster and Hanu have begun looting these large stone chests.
There's no way I'm making that kind of leap.
I mean, I couldn't take you with me, but
Ask the fairy to carry
Ask
you.
the fairy to carry you.
Oh? We could try.
It'd be feminine.
Strong. I mean,
She's got 10 strength. Yeah.
that could work.
Oh,
The
yeah.
small creature carrying the other
Small creature.
small creature. Are you small? Or
Yeah.
medium?
Like
Small.
3 feet tall.
Alright, just for.
Yeah.
Just
So
to
you're
giggle.
doing a strength
Just
check
to
to try and
giggle.
lift him up and
Yeah.
carry him across the
Yeah.
water.
That's a 4.
A 4. So I'd say she begins to heave and lift you up and start carrying you across, and about halfway through, you just find yourself dunked into the water. Taking probably just a little bit of radiant damage before you can manage to make your way out. So you take 3 radiant damage as you have to just kind of splash your way out of the water, now soaked.
It was worth a shot.
Sorry.
You would see as the serpent on your shoulder hits the water, they seem to be almost empowered in this energy.
Oh.
Oh.
They seem to grow thicker in size and then wrap back around you, much larger than probably you now. And then back to the stone chests. So, you guys were looking at those, right? So there are 3 of them. They seem to be large stone tablets laid on top of these stone boxes. There's 3 total. 1 on the left, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the right.
Check out the left one.
I'll check out the middle.
one.
We both.
So you check out the left one. Hanu was there first. So
Yeah,
he'd
I'll
be
check
like
out
the
the
middle
middle
one.
You would check out the middle. Okay.
Yep. So you'd see it's a very heavy stone cover on top of it.
Okay. Strength check.
Yeah, so it'd be athletics to try and move it.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yep.
I was about to say I was
So
going to give you
21.
advantage, but you got nat 20. I'm like, okay, whatever.
So Hanu, as you see Jaster just kind of heaving, pushing at this thing, Hanu just eases it aside, looks in it, and sees what appears to be an old and badly damaged book, as well as some form of magical scroll.
Ooh.
As you're a warlock, so I don't think you'd be familiar with the spell on the scroll.
Okay.
I would be.
And a
interested
scroll?
in that.
Then
Yeah, so it's an unidentified scroll for you.
then I would probably go the one that wasn't looked at. So.
Yeah, the one on the right. So you're
Yeah.
kind of heaving with this one. Vosh, you go up to the stone chest.
I would try opening it as well.
All right. So it'd be an athletics check.
I'll give it to
Yeah.
Frog.
Also, what languages do you speak, by the
I
way?
speak Common, Draconic, and Sylvan.
So yeah, the book is written in a language you're unfamiliar with as well.
15.
15 is just enough as you manage to push this stone chest open. And see inside of it is multiple old bottles in these alcoves where they've been stored away. As well as a couple of other things. So you'd see there's 2 red vials,
Okay.
1 green vial,
Okay.
and 1 gray vial.
Ooh.
I would take all of them. I would just put.
So yeah, you just mark them as 2 red vials, 2 vials with a red liquid, 1 green vial, and 1 gray vial.
And 1 gray.
Yep. And there are also 3 beads of force.
Ooh.
So if you spend some time with those, you may be able to figure out what they do.
Okay.
And then back to the left one.
Try opening it again. Does my powerful build help any?
I'll help him.
Huh?
Does
Can
my
I help
powerful
him?
build help any? Does the size larger?
Wait, you can push actually, yes. So you count as 1 size larger. I would say it'd make it easier for you, yeah.
I'll help
Using
him
your
if I
powerful
can.
build. And if you're helping him, yeah. I'd say with the assistance. He rolled a 2, by the way.
Oh god.
You have advantage trying to
Yeah,
heave
try
it
again.
open. Dice jail.
Different dice. And
11.
I'd say, but with the powerful build, trying to move it, counting as a size larger, you just feel, with Hanu pushing along, you manage to slide this off. And inside it, you see 7 large pieces of gold jewelry. So they look like things, just bracers, circlets, where it's made like heavy 1 or 2 inch thick pieces of gold. They look very well made and valuable. So anything you guys want to do as you found
Do I
these things?
recognize the language in the book? I speak.
What languages do
I
you
would
speak?
I would show the scroll in the book to him.
I speak Common, Gnomish, Elvish, and Draconic. Gnomish is written with Dwarven script.
No, so you wouldn't recognize any of those.
I speak Common, Draconic, and Giant.
So you would also not recognize them.
Okay.
There, let's see, Sylvan and Giant in common.
I was gonna say, do you guys remember Zoldan? He does speak Primordial, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He does.
So yes. Zoldan would be the only one to pipe in with this, as he looks at the book and says, "Yes, this is written in a language I'm familiar with. It's Primordial speak. The language of ancient powers. But it's old and damaged. But I think I can still make out some of it. Here, let me take a look. Yes, it tells a story. A story of 2 ancient primordials. A serpent of water and life, and a serpent of fire and death."
That sounds familiar.
Yes. But this part, it seems too worn to read, too difficult. Something about struggling for power, being locked in a constant battle to maintain order. If the flow were to go one way or the other, it could lead to ruin.
Sound familiar to you, Spike?
Aetherflow would pipe up in all of your heads. Yes, this tale. It speaks of me and Urgler. I appreciate the balance and order of the lands. If things are kept as they are, he's kept in check, peaceful creatures may live in peace, and vicious creatures out of the primordials out there maintain a balance in life. They hunt and they attack things, but they do not overstep those boundaries. But Urgalurk has done something to break this balance. He's called upon these primordials to push further into the lands, to become more aggressive.
Sounds like the same thing that happened with the other tribe.
It may be disturbing the peace of the lands,
And the people, yeah.
but I'm not sure how he's done this, how he's found some sort of way to shift this balance of power.
All gods demand their followers.
Yeah, that's true.
But there must be some way, if you could figure out the source of this.
Well, if there's a glyph of balance, maybe there are other talismans or something that would do just the opposite.
Or some kind of method. I know there are ancient rituals, similar
Some blood
similar
sacrifice.
things with glyphs. It may be possible he's created some new talismans.
Oh, yes.
Or maybe he found one of our lost items.
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. What were these items?
I had an inheritance from a rune dragon. She gave them to me before she passed, and I had them stolen. I've been trying to get them back.
I haven't seen any such items that I know of. I'm curious. It could be this, but I'm unsure, really. All I know is my power's been diminishing over time,
I would like-
reducing me to this form.
I would like to help any way I can.
I believe if we went to confront him, if we could try and stop whatever he's doing to break this balance, using the glyph of balance to face him, I would certainly be able to help you in a fight.
Okay.
help you do something to try and take down this powerful foe.
Let's kill this fucker.
It could only go well, I'm sure.
My mind keeps going back to that
Spring.
reservoir of the spring.
Yeah, that didn't seem right.
Good place to start looking for this.
That's a good point.
Early
Very
work.
good idea.
Well, the place that's normally where I would reside is along the river and into the spring. His domain is up the volcano.
Of course.
Heat and fire.
Makes sense.
So
I believe this other tribe, the Deesu people,
they're helping.
I believe they have routes that lead up the mountain.
Oh, okay.
They may be able to guide you to it.
Oh,
I just thought of something very scary. Didn't the what was the tribe again? The
Deesu?
not Deesu, the
The
Saigon?
Saigon tribe.
didn't they say that some of their people were taken?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sacrifices.
That's what I was afraid of. Yeah,
Could be.
maybe they were used as sacrifices to Orc.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I say we.
How long ago were they taken?
Days.
Days.
Not these.
How
Yeah.
long have you been weakened?
It's been going on for weeks. It's been slowly
Okay.
diminishing me.
Okay, but maybe something happened, like to speed it along in the past couple of days, or has it just been
It
a
hasn't
slow
been
creep?
anything. It's been incremental over the past few
Okay.
weeks, but there's been nothing in the last couple of days.
Okay.
So maybe if there's some form of sacrifice being made, it hasn't happened yet.
Yes, maybe. I say we.
hope
Is
not.
there any? This is like a dead end kind of situation, right?
Yeah, this would be the end of the temple.
I would say we should probably head back to the
Yeah, head back
head
and meet
back
up
to the
with them.
village,
Right.
and
Oh,
maybe
sweet.
rest a little
In-
bit, and then I guess
Oh.
head to the Deesu, even
Did-
though they seem like assholes.
Yeah,
Maybe
Did
we
it-
can talk to them.
I would check with Jaster. Did you find anything of like eye protection or anything so I can not have sunlight sensitivity so bad when we leave?
Is one of them a helmet?
No, it's just gold jewelry.
Oh, well, I do have this bracelet.
Nah,
Maybe it'll fit you.
no, that won't work. Oh
So
well.
There's a couple of circlets there. He could probably put one over his eyes, so it would just
Yeah.
effectively blind
Like a
him.
visor.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna. Oh well.
We could
I was
ask
hopeful.
somebody at the village. Maybe they might have something.
Yeah.
I'm afraid prehistoric sunglasses are.
Well, maybe like a,
Very
I don't know, a
limited.
hat.
Yeah, hat or something. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find something.
Unless they have like I learned this when I visited temples in Mexico, like these obsidian discs that are supposed to be like very old sunglasses. They're just like just so you can like look at the sun.
Oh yeah, when they would look at the eclipse and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Well-
Maybe they have it.
I'd say if you guys want to start making your way back,
Yeah. Make our way back.
as you
Yeah,
make
yeah.
your way back up, um, hot as fire and lover of animals, they would be able to, they're starting to get
Sorry.
this cleared out to where you can make a way out. As soon as a large enough hole is made, the fire compies begin to move as if they're about to rush towards the three men as you're returning. And they quickly dart through the hole leading out of the temple and
Okay.
begin to flee.
Sweet.
Jem still wants the gemstone.
So Jim goes and begins to grab the gemstones.
I want a couple blue ones.
So you see her going by and starting to pull out these gemstones.
And she's
Yeah.
like,
I want at least two of the
I just won
sapphires.
one.
Grabbing two of the blue gemstones.
You guys don't want any of these. They're the thing of value.
So you start going by, grabbing all the other ones, going, you don't need them. And then you guys go towards the blue ones. He's grabbing. You said you're grabbing one of them?
Yeah.
So it'd be a blue sapphire.
I would
for
just
any of the
keep-
blue ones.
Keep just walking.
And you've got 4 large rubies.
E.
And they are currently glowing.
Cool.
Is anyone grabbing the other blue one? I'd assume gem then.
yes.
So you have a large sapphire as well.
All right, one large.
And the iron gates just begin to slowly shut behind you, leaving the temple behind.
Here. Jim is very happy now.
Yeah, rubies and
gems.
sapphires.
So you guys start to make your way up as they clear this rubble through.
Yep.
You'd see as soon as Lover of Animals gets towards the entrance of this place, his Triceratops Brutus begins to do a happy dance and rush towards him.
Aw,
He's
so cute.
almost slammed through the stone walls of the building. But then he will quickly go swinging around as if going to ride a horse to mount this Triceratops.
Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks very natural. And they'd be happy to guide you guys back to the village.
Alright.
With their
I would
guidance,
ask Lover of Animals if I could ride on it.
he'd say absolutely. I'm afraid Brutus would only probably be able to carry one more person, but if you're feeling tired, please feel free to come up here and take a rest.
I'm not tired. I just think this is cool.
Ancient ancestors.
Yeah,
Feel
exactly.
free, my friend.
Thank you.
And he helps you. And I actually have some trouble as a turtle
Yeah.
trying to just saddle up on a Triceratops.
Holding
And
on as best I could.
It's a lot, and there's no saddle or
Yeah.
anything, so it's a lot rockier of a ride than you'd expect. He kind of plows through the
Yeah.
jungle. He very quickly tears through and chomps through any sort of obstacles that come by you.
Sweet.
I imagine
I'm
you'd
just gonna
see
be,
like
right
some of
beside
the you'd see some of the killer plants trying to loom down and grab you, and Brutus would just go by and bite it clean off and just start chewing at it.
By the end of this, we need to have a pet dinosaur. Just saying. If we don't find an egg of some type.
Yeah, if you start talking about wanting to have a pet dinosaur, you'd have to say it's the best way to do it is from hatchlings.
Yeah.
It helps them imprint on you.
Okay.
Question is, who are
Yeah,
going to let the imprinting be upon? Like, who's going to be the mom?
Typically, the imprinting on a dinosaur is whoever cares for it most, but it's quite the process.
Okay.
I'd like to take a look at this scroll and see what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have the scroll.
Yeah.
Say as you start making your way back,
I
you'd be
would.
able to look at it. I think it'd be definitely familiar to you as it's a spell you could learn. It is a scroll of fireball.
Oh, fuck.
Uh
Useful.
oh. Me, I'm just gonna be concentrating on those beads of force.
Yeah, so I'd say as you guys are making your way back, you probably don't focus too much on it while you're traveling.
Right.
But as you get back to the village, and would be able to sort of relay what's happened to the village heads.
Mhm.
You would be able to find some time to rest as you're there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd be able to identify them as beads of force.
Okay.
You could look those up. You have 3 beads of force.
I also want to take a look at these potions I found.
Yeah.
The red vial and the turquoise vial.
Oh yeah.
No, that would be a trickier matter.
Me, I want to look at those files too.
Without anything like, say, an identify spell. Yeah. You would have trouble figuring out what they are.
I guess.
So, probably the same.
Aha! On which one?
Let's start with the turquoise vial.
So, you cast Identify on the turquoise vial and would
Oh,
find
shit.
out it is a potion of ice breath.
Beads of force are
Oh.
good. Ice breath.
So, it would allow you to do a fairly powerful breath attack of frost
Nice.
for a set amount of time.
I'll,
It's very similar to the Draconic Sorcerer's ice breath.
During my rest time, I'll also cast Identify on the red vial.
The red vial is a potion of healing. I would also say that by identifying that one, you'd also be able to tell Vosh that his red vials are potions of healing.
I tell him that. And how much does that do?
I was still deciding on the potions of healing. If I want to keep them to standard 5e or if I want to do them in a way that's less lame.
Okay.
I think for now we'll just say they're the regular potions of healing, though.
Okay.
So the standard 2d4 plus 2 potion
and
of healing.
can I also ask him, like, I have these other 2 ones, the gray and green.
Identify is like a ritual cast, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, so
We've
if you
got
can...
plenty of time to rest anyways.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, so if you do it while you're resting, you would be able to identify those other ones.
Yeah.
The green one is a potion of poison, and the gray one is a potion of flight.
While we're at it, I'm going to ask him if he wants me to identify any of the stuff he found.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like regular jewelry to me, but
First thing,
Yeah.
detect magic.
Any gemstones on
You
those?
cast detect magic as well.
Yes.
Okay, so you would be able to see the stuff he has is mundane jewelry.
Okay.
Nothing fancy.
Just really cool jewelry.
Any gemstones on those?
They're all gold.
And finally, I want to cast identify on that on that blue gem.
Oh, the blue
Sapphire.
gems. Oh yeah, sorry. An
Because it's
important.
glowing, and that's
I was
not
going to say,
normal.
sorry, there was an important note for those gemstones.
Oh,
After about an hour traveling with them,
They lost
the
their
glow does fade from them.
Oh.
So, the illusionary magic on them, or well, I'm trying to think of what school would that be to emit light on them. Probably more of it, what alteration, enchantment to them. It will fade after some time away from the temple.
Okay.
So then they do just turn to normal gemstones.
Normal.
Gem's not complaining.
Yeah. They're mundane now.
That's what my character was more interested in.
So he spends the time identifying the magical effects of things.
But Cash can build a lab.
Then you guys begin to take a rest there. So yeah, as you guys recover from this, and there's a bit of a celebration that the warriors have returned. Not too much of a celebration. So they are still a bit worried about the people that have gone missing and are beginning to, I'd say, see a lot of outrage from the warriors of the tribe that have returned to finding this out. But they'd be urging them to rest and wait till their wounds have healed before going to pursue this. And they'd encourage you all to rest as well, preparing one of the huts for you, giving you a spot to rest.
I would agree.
So
And I would thank them. I would thank you
Yeah.
very much.
they'd prepare a nice meal for you all of fruits and veggies and leftover giant frog stew.
Probably vegetables for you. No fruits.
Yeah, veggies and fruits.
I'm going to probably stick with that myself.
Fruits and vegetables. No giant frog for frog. No frog for frog. But then after you have enough time for a long rest,
Yay, I get my giant smite back.
Yeah, my HP.
they would encourage you, if you're willing to see if you can find out what happened to the missing people that was
Of
taken
course.
by the Deesu Tribe.
Of course.
Yes, we're planning on heading there next.
I'm actually probably a village elder asking you, but yeah, so you're thinking of heading there?
Yeah.
Well, I believe Hot as Fire and Lover of Animals were both eager to head there as well.
Okay. I'm glad
So
we
they'd
take
be
some
happy.
help.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. Are we doing this diplomatically, or are you trying to do this?
If we could get our people back without any further bloodshed, I think that would be best.
Okay, so
But you did
try to be diplomatic, and if shit hits the fan,
But you did say that they appreciate strength and aggression over there.
It is in their culture. They do put more value to strong warriors. They
So maybe
show
we
you respect.
maybe that might be the only way we can get respect is maybe challenging them to a fight.
That's one idea for sure. See if you could show them your prowess, or
we do have a really strong fairy with us.
see if you could.
And a really strong kobold. Hello.
The really strong fairy.
When she wants to.
When she wants to.
When she wants to be.
I mean, there are times when he can be strong, and then times that she just can't.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, you are outsiders, so if you decide you don't want to handle it diplomatically, there's not much we could do to stop you, but we try to remain a peaceful people. We don't wish to shed unnecessary blood.
Okay.
I agree with you on
We're
that,
not-
but sometimes it's necessary.
We're not even entirely sure why they've done this. It's very unlike them.
I would bring up what the servitor. I wouldn't tell them what the that the serpent can talk, his water serpent. But I would just say that we found out some information in the temple about this Urgalurk.
Urgler.
He may be having something to do with it.
He's one of the great primordials of this land, though. He is a beast that stays resting beneath the surface. I mean, as far as legend goes, Aetherflow keeps him at bay.
Oh, we noticed something weird with the pond over there. Where the spring, where I believe he may have...
It's been drying up, yes.
Yes. So I'm thinking it might be... Urgalurk might be the one that's doing this.
This is curious. Perhaps
That's
the
my
Deesu would have
theory,
answers
anyway.
for this as well. But if you can figure this out, if you can manage to bring our people back, you'd be great heroes. We'd owe you... Well, we already owe you so much, but it'd be worth lives. You'd be great heroes if you could bring them back.
We will do as much as we can.
We will do our best.
So, I mean, you guys would have time to hang out here, do anything if you wanted to while you're here.
I would before we head out. I'm like I would ask about my like anything that can block the sun out, so I don't have sun sensitivity.
I do believe. Let me ask. I believe she would know well. Let me see. Healer pain. For blocking out sunlight. There was an old method for that, wasn't there?
Sounds good.
Ah, yes. At the top of the volcano, fresh volcanic stones. If chipped out the right way, thin enough, you can make something that blocks out the sunlight without blinding you.
Okay.
But they would have to be fresh. You'd have to do very precise chipping. It could be a difficult task.
Understood. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The side quest
definitely a
has
side-
been born.
Yep.
A kobold with sunglasses. So I imagine for Zoldan, while resting, he would be trying to spread the good word of his Tempest God amongst the savages. I'm just going to do a general charisma check for him as he continues to spread the word of love and vengeance from his Tempest God.
Over the vengeance.
It was about as successful as before, as he gains the interest. I would say there's advantage, though, as he is kind of a hero of the people now. It's more successful this time, as people try and understand what this alphabet is and what these written scriptures are. But people do begin to sort of listen to it, very similar to fireside stories, as it's getting, later into this day as you're all winding down to rest. Because I do believe you guys went, it was mid-afternoon, so we're getting towards nighttime now on the way back. And we get fireside stories of, telling these tales of, love and warmth, but also sprinkled in there some stories of vengeance. But mostly it's stories that definitely put the person taking their revenge in a much brighter light, right? A hero who's been tricked, swindled, and betrayed, rising up to bring down these evil forces. Something like A Knight's Tale.
Yes.
And it really draws in the people, fills their hearts with conviction, and actually convinces a few of the maybe more shy members of the tribe to go with you on this adventure.
Oh, shit.
And you see like this, I'd say it'd be a one of the larger guys there, who's just been very quiet the whole time. We'll talk about how he's been inspired by the story. He wants to go back with you all.
What's his name?
I'm trying to remember his name. Sorry. It was,
Yeah. Sorry. His name is Great Protector.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Nice.
Very
But
fitting. I love it.
I think he'd come over and talk to you about how he feels ashamed that even with his namesake as Great Protector, he feels embarrassed that he was unable to save his loves to dance.
Oh yeah. Oh, so his girl, wife, or whatever is the one that was taken.
Yeah, more of his crush.
Yeah.
He's been unable to confess his feelings to her.
I would say this might be the good time.
So he steps up to actually with you guys, and this guy is huge. Think
Sweet.
like full Samoan
Like the Rock,
build, right?
The Rock.
Yeah, he's
One
a
of the big
huge guy. Yeah,
The Great Protector.
Great Protector.
Do they have like armor, like
No.
rudimentary weapons? What kind
Definitely
of weapons?
rudimentary weapons. It'd be like
Shields or anything?
well, so it'd be I'd say shields. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shields made of like heavy, oak,
like wood and
bark,
stuff.
or the better ones. So like you can tell they're more decorated. Whereas they have shields made of almost dinosaur bone.
Oh, shit.
So some people have like the sharpened stone weapons,
Yeah.
while some have dino fangs or
Bone
claws
weapons.
made onto a spear.
That's kind of
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, if this
I want
guy
a-
is
I
like
want a
Dwayne the
dinosaur
Rock
spear.
Johnson, he'd probably be like big. I think it was just like a tattoos and a fish hook.
He's got a fish hook. I was just gonna say that. He's fucking
Maui.
Doesn't
He's
have a
Maui.
fish hook.
What
Yeah.
can I say?
But I
That's
imagine his weapon would be like a large predatory dinosaur's claw, big curved
That's
bone
sick.
claw.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it.
Does he still have
Big
tattoos?
fish hook.
No tattoos.
Ah.
They don't have tattoos. He does, however, have a very heavily drawn on full body like tribal paint.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Bone-
Well,
a
like
bone
closer,
sword would
though,
be so
to
cool.
actual Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
Yeah.
tribal
Long curly
style
hair,
down
too.
him.
I would pull him aside and be like, I'm gonna call you the Rock.
How much are these gold bars worth?
That's a good question.
Not
Yeah,
shit
I
here.
was, yeah, I was
I was gonna
just
say here they're worth their weight in gold. It's the trick of you don't have a civilization here. In a normal civilization, if you're turning them to coins,
They're pretty heavy.
D&D conversions. I'm trying to think of what a pound of gold is in coins.
Ooh, that would be a lot.
Yeah,
I've got 2 of them.
I got
I
a
remember
gold
saying it
bar.
was heavy. 50 coins weighs a pound, so they were about, I'd say, 10-pound bars apiece. So 500 gold per bar.
So that's 1,000 gold for that.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, very
sapphires?
valuable coins. I'd say for the large gemstones, probably about 250 gold apiece.
Oh.
To the right person.
Cool.
Yeah, so the large gemstones are quite valuable. Was there anything else you guys want to explore in the
Rest of
village?
the jewelry.
The rest of the jewelry. How are your appraisal skills?
Oh, not good.
I'd say with the majority of those pieces of jewelry, they're probably, if you had to guess, probably worth about 100 gold a piece.
Yeah.
But they are very heavily decorative pieces of jewelry, very thick gold. But was there anything else you guys wanted to check out within the tribe as you're,
Yeah, I want to see
Rescuing
if the
down
shaman or anybody there has the materials I need to transliterate the scroll into my spellbook.
so like material components to do that?
Yeah.
Do you know what materials you'd need for that? It's not specific.
I would need about 150 gold pieces worth of materials. That doesn't say much as far as details.
Yeah, and I would say as far as materials to copy that down into your spell book,
I have pen and ink.
I'll just say they probably wouldn't have any of the magical components you need. You might have to find somewhere else to acquire those.
Okay.
I'd say it'd probably be a lot of components though. There would be anything that's got innate magical energy involving fire. Would probably be a good place to start as far as finding the components, or finding somewhere where there's arcane spellcasters, because these are a lot more natural
More-
Shaman and
spellcasters.
stuff. Yeah.
So they wouldn't have the same components you would need to copy a spell into a wizard's spellbook. So, may have to search elsewhere.
I'd like to ask like the elder if they would have like a shield, like a dinosaur shield that they could spare. Won't need it as of now, but maybe when we get back.
Could you give me a persuasion check as you're asking about this? Does the turtle have good persuasion?
No,
You're whispering, I can't
oh,
hear you.
Sorry.
You gotta do a stage whisper. You can't whisper to you.
11.
And 11. I'd say with that, I mean, so they really only have the equipment to keep themselves
Yeah.
protected.
Okay.
If you could bring back the bones of a dinosaur, they could definitely try and use it to make you something.
Good. I will do that. I will keep an eye out. That's awesome.
But yeah, as far as spare equipment, they really don't have any.
Okay.
So is there anything you guys want to do as far as you take your long rest?
Take my long rest and
Get-
get ready for the next
Yeah,
day.
get ready for the trip to the Deesu Tribe.
Yep.
How far away
Goes in the
are
area in
they?
the morning. It would be hours of travel if you guys have the map. So I'd say we definitely start the adventure as you guys are heading out there.
Yeah.
So you'd make your way back through the cleared sections of jungle, and be able to find your way through there. Because you have about 4 of the tribe members guiding you, it'd be a lot easier to get through there. They take you to the same area, passing the springs to the sandbar. And if you guys have the map, I'd go give you new information on locations. Because they'd have, I'd be able to mark up for you as you head into there. So you'd pass the Serpent's Head Spring,
Yes.
and then it would be a much deeper trek into the southern jungle. It is Area D. So in the almost heart of the southern jungle, they'd be able to lead you off to the Deesu Tribe's village.
And how do you spell that again?
D-E-S-U.
So Desu Village, is that what we're calling?
Oh, sorry, D-E-E-S-U.
Okay, that's what I
Sorry, my bad.
I thought
2
it was
E's.
2 E's.
Yeah, my bad. My own handwriting is a problem. But yeah, so they begin taking you through, and it is a much longer trek through this thick jungle. There's a lot less as far as well-used trails. This looks a lot more like heavy jungle. They know the way off very few landmarks and watching the sun through the canopy. But they'd be able to guide you guys through, and a lot of the same, they'd have Brutus coming through, clearing the way of all the heavy foliage. After some time, probably be about 5-6 hours of travel getting through this jungle. So beginning towards midday as you arrive at the Deesu Tribe. But you would make it there unbothered. And as you arrive, you would see a large section where it's been cleared out with much more rudimentary setup. This looks a lot more like animal skins turned to tents, a lot less permanent structures.
Oh, okay.
This looks
they're
like
more nomadic.
a group that moves around a lot more, setting up temporary encampments. And it looks like not all of the clearing is filled up where there would be tents. It looks more empty than you would expect it to be from the size of it. There's less people.
Suspicious.
Yes.
Should we sneak in or announce ourselves? What do you
I'd
guys
say
think?
you guys are a good distance off from the tribe
Yeah.
at the moment.
I mean, I can try to sneak around.
Yeah, you are the sneaky. you're the
And
sneaky.
the sneak theory.
You can do
So
some
try and sneak in.
Smart idea.
reconnaissance, but be very careful if you do.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good at being all sneaky. So, Oh, what roll would I?
The stealth.
Stealth. Okay, yeah.
So Jim's gonna try and sneak up into the
Yeah,
crowd.
the 9 plus 5, so 14.
The 14. You begin sneaking closer to the edge of this encampment. You'd be able to see off a little bit in the distance near one of the tents. You see a man with very dark facial paint covering most of his face. He's got just more black than anything else, with white markings, almost making him look like a skeletal in his visage. Speaking to a younger woman wearing a lot closer to, and both of them are wearing more robes than anything else. It looks like hide turned to these thick robes. And the one man would be saying to her, "You need to have faith. The rituals are working. The great protector, he will push back the primordials soon.
Oh no.
We need to continue the rituals. But, Elder, friend of snakes, I don't believe this is working. I don't see any movement on them. They don't seem to be pushing back. We have already given so much, but they still come in droves. They continue the great wars in the graveyard." Wait.
Here, okay. So just like,
You just hear the bits of this conversation going on. Is there anything you want to do here? You're right on the edge of the village, just as far as you can go up in the brush.
here, I don't know if I go any further, I might get caught. So I think I would like fly back and.
So I'll need another
Yes,
stealth check
yes,
for
and come
trying to
back.
get away.
There, that's an 8 plus 5, so 13.
And with 13, as you begin to turn around and move through the woodlines, you would see just in front of you this bone-handled dagger made of iron
Oh darn
is
it!
slammed into the tree next to you. "Creature, where are you going?" I imagine you would all see this as well. You'd see, like, if you're back a bit, you'd see this dagger just comes flying out of the woods towards where Jim is turned around.
Here. It's like,
What
But
do you say? Oh,
well,
for Jim?
the thing is, I can activate my cloud rune real quick.
Well,
because
I would say at this point you'd be not in range for that. She's snuck
30
off a good little bit.
30 feet in front of me that I can see.
I'd say it's a little bit further off than that because
Okay.
she snuck further ahead from where
Yeah,
you
so-
were all at.
Oh boy.
But
I
so
mean, it didn't hit her.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Just got
Very
thrown
much
in
a
next
warning
to the-
for-
yeah, like a warning shot.
You
So
very well.
what would you say back?
here, like, oh, sorry, I got lost. That's pretty neat. She just kind of does.
Do you have a deception check?
Oh,
What was
it's a
3?
it's a 5 total.
5? Come here. Let me examine you. What are you? You're not a creature of this land.
No,
I
I'm
can't
just
fly. I
traveling.
can't fly.
What did you say? Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just traveling.
Well, please, come. I'm sorry if I frighten you. I will not hurt you, creature. I just thought you were a spy from the Saigon tribe.
I'll walk up behind him.
So you're trying to sneak up. So another sneaking up while they're not paying attention. I'd say you have advantage with this, as you are made of mostly plant life, sneaking through the jungle.
17?
So yeah, you seem to be undetected as you start sneaking closer.
Alright.
But there is an open. So if you go out of the wood line, you would be going to just open clearing.
I'm just walking up behind this guy.
So you like walk up out of there.
And
I need to make some rolls real quick.
So yeah, you'd begin walking up behind him. I imagine. Are you going like weapons drawn,
No,
or just come up behind him?
not exactly weapons drawn, but I don't look happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So you,
As
Your
best
mask-
I can.
yeah. So as you start walking behind him, you'd hear a friend of snakes behind you. There's some kind of plant creature. As someone else rushes forwards, looking towards you, a spear drawn, one of these bone spears.
I believe you have my friend.
That makes two of us. I would have been following pretty close behind.
Okay, you would have to make a stealth check
I-
if you're coming up behind him, or unless you're just going full volume.
I'm going full volume, but I'm
Okay,
following
so-
behind him.
So as he sneaks up, you just come plowing through the jungle.
Yeah. You leave my friends alone.
And at this point, I would say everyone's cover is blown.
Here.
And-
Can we at least tell the people?
They-
I want to say to like the Saigon people, like to try to hide out, and maybe we just go.
As
'cause
one
they've
of them is
seen-
currently riding on top of a large
That's-
dinosaur, they are definitely visible at this point. They've started looking into the wood line. They can see you now.
Okay.
So this man with the skeletal appearance on his face, and another older man with black, probably graying towards white hair, will rush forwards. This man in a full suit of hide armor, with what appears to be a twin set of swords on his back.
Metal swords.
I would say he probably has them drawn at this point, so you can see these are swords made of metal.
Okay.
They seem to be very crudely sharpened, but large hunks of sharpened metal that are curved, almost still like a talon,
Okay.
but made of metal.
Hmm.
And they would rush forwards, beginning to, just have a larger group of them, maybe about 6 to 8 people now facing towards you.
I would put my hands up and be like,
Who are you all? Friend
We're-
of snakes, what have you done? Who have you brought here? I did not bring them. This one was spying from the woods. I knew she was with the Saigon.
well, yeah, you took some of their people.
Yes, we should have known this would come back to bite us. I am Chief Strikes True. He'd pat his hand towards his chest, holding the swords out towards you. We are a tribe of warriors, and I'm afraid we're doing what we must to survive.
And what is that exactly?
I'm still
Friend
trying
of
to.
snakes, is it safe to tell them? Will it anger the protector? He said nothing of keeping it secret.
Who is this protector?
Well, you see, it has started about 2 moons ago. These creatures, the primordials, normally they come in a small number, and we would hunt them. And typically, we are powerful warriors. We can fight them off, catch them for trophies, to prove manhood. We use them to further the advances of our tribe. They give us gifts, but we have been scorned as of late. They have come in larger number, far more powerful than they usually are. They have begun warring in an area known as the Primordial Graveyard. And they continue pushing further and further into our lands, scorching the jungle, reducing it to ruin, stretching the graveyard further and further with the corpses of primordials.
I would. The more he describes this, I would look over at Frogs. What's the true name of the snake again?
Aetherflow, otherwise known as Spike.
I would basically looking at Aetherflow, and I'm like, just basically trying to like say, should we tell them? Should I mention this to them? Trying to get Aetherflow to kind of like try to talk to me, because I'm not sure. Should I mention the Urgler? Is basically what I'm saying.
It's up to you what you choose to mention to them or not.
Is your protector this worm we've been hearing about called Urgalurk.
We have not heard that name, Urgalurk.
This land is out of balance. We're here to try to rectify that.
So you come to solve the problems.
Exactly.
This is good, but our protector, he makes the same promise. For the sacrifice of those pure of heart,
That is
he
not.
offers to push back the primordials.
Who is your protector?
He is a great creature, a powerful primordial of earth and fire.
That sounds like the Urgalurk that we've been hearing about, and he is no protector.
He is not creating balance.
No.
He
no,
is
he's not.
upsetting balance.
Does he look like a snake? Or a worm?
He came to me. You see, I am a shaman. I was blessed with the gift to speak with the snakes. Many of them. There are many great serpents on this land. The great poison boas. The anacondas that can ferry you through the jungle.
Poison boas. Poison boas.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. They can choke you while poisoning you. And it's also poison skin. It's a heck of a thing.
Oh, these are birds that dislike snakes.
I totally know my snakes. No, but this one came to me. It was a serpent of a flaming serpent of magma. Left a trail through the woods to guide me to it. It brought me to the foot of the volcano and showed me its power. It showed me that it could drive back these great primordials.
He is the one creating the primordials. He is not driving them back.
Speak to this snake.
Yeah.
And he looked a bit anxious as you present Aetherflow to them. You have an energy of life. Who are you? Aetherflow, respond back. I am the protector of the peaceful creatures of this land. And the one who has been dealing with you has been lying to you. It is likely he's been driving the primordials into your land to trick you into giving in to his will. It might even be possible. Did you notice? Did they continue to get worse after he made these promises? Well, he had mentioned something of it. He said more sacrifices were needed to push them back, as greater primordials were coming. But
Would,
when you
would anything good ask for sacrifice of the pure of heart?
well, we are desperate. If you have seen a primordial tyrant face to face, you would understand our desperation.
I understand desperation. That's why we're here to help.
But it might be too late.
Never too late to
Never
change.
Too late to try.
No,
Never
you
too
don't
late.
understand. We have already sent some of our warriors up the mountain with the new sacrifices.
Were those the,
Oh,
the
no.
women you
The
have
women
taken
from
from
the
the
Saigon tribe?
from Saigon tribe?
Yes, but no, it can't be. We couldn't have been tricked.
Yes, you were. I've seen it many times.
Oh, we need to leave.
Damn it
Pisses me
all.
off.
Tell us where to go.
Yes.
But it is a dangerous path. It could take days to get there safely. To get up the mountain, you'd have to go through the primordial graveyard. You could try from the springs, but there is no clear path up the mountain. If you can manage to make it through the graveyard, we have clear foothills to go up, worn paths with climbing gear set up. It would be a much quicker route. But I suppose it would be best if you saw for yourselves. We can guide you to the primordial graveyard and show you what you have to get through. But it will be difficult to catch up to them. They
We
left.
need to hurry as fast as we can.
They left maybe within the last half day. You tried to travel quickly. You might be able to catch up with them. And so on your map, he would mark off the area known as the Primordial Graveyard.
Spikes.
Oh yes, it's the spot that looks very much like the Elephant Boneyard from
Yes,
Lion King.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yep.
The primordial graveyard.
Yes. And I think with them guiding you, you would also have a little bit of time. They'd introduce you to some of the people they would have guiding you. They would want to send along with you a shaman known as Strange One.
Oh, jeez. Sounds like a good companion.
A tracker by the name of Wild Horse. A pencil dropping on the floor to distract me. And a tamer by the name of Lives with Monster. Yes. And he would be accompanied by... one second. I want to get a proper description as this creature approaches. You would see that this is a large, well, so you know what a raptor is, right? Your
Yes.
characters may not, but it's very
Oh.
much a raptor.
Let me see if can I make it.
Yeah, you can see if your characters know what a raptor is if you want to do the
Yeah.
check on them. So it'd be nature or
Nature.
history, whichever is better for you.
They're both the same, so that's a 9.
So you wouldn't be familiar with what the creature is.
I got a 13.
Even with 13, I don't think you'd have enough knowledge of it. So it'd be a very old creature.
What
Yeah.
There's a good chance that Frog knows what it is. With a 17,
What do I?
And his
What am I
intelligence.
calling on there?
either nature or history.
What's nature?
In the end, below 14.
So 21.
So a 21 for Frog. Frog, you're familiar with what a raptor is, but this is some strange variant of it. As you can see, were you checking also to see if you know what it is?
Here, that's a. Me and my rolls are not the best.
Yeah, 6 plus bonuses.
Yeah, 7.
So 7 total. Yeah, you wouldn't be familiar with it either. But yeah, you'd recognize this creature as a raptor, but it does have this elemental nature to it. As you see it approaching with this man, going side by side with it, and as it walks, you just see these arcs of lightning going off its feet, pulsing into the ground.
Lightning raptor.
And you see its claws and teeth seem to be made of steel,
Whoa.
I was just like, okay, that is kind of awesome.
with lightning arcing and flowing along its body.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Are we talking raptor with feathers or
Well, let's see. I need
Jurassic
more
Park?
Troodon. We got, let's say,
Are we
Feathers would
Jurassic
be
or are
cool.
we?
Oh, we got dinosaurs.
it's a tough call.
Yeah.
Do the dinosaurs have or not have feathers? I feel like this one would look cooler with
I
feathers.
think it
So let's go with the feathers.
I like the feathers.
It still
Yeah.
looks bad.
Oh yeah, no. But so it's got this, and it's got the colors to it where it's a grayish with black streaking down, but just these arcs of glowing yellow going along its body, where it just sparks static through it.
Big ass
That
like,
is
12
cool.
Yes. So, and you see the man guiding this has a very similar appearance to him, where he has decorated himself in claws and fangs of what you would assume is other raptors he's felled, and has this black and yellow war paint along his body. And he has, that he carries with him, just clawed gauntlets that look to be made of these steel claws.
Fuck. Yeah.
And he would introduce himself as a tamer, which is definitely an oddity amongst the Deesus. They normally have more warrior-like people, so someone who tame a dinosaur among them is considered an oddity.
Okay.
So him, as well as the shaman, Strange One, and the tracker, Wild Horse.
What was What was the tamer's name?
Lives with monster.
Lives with monster.
Funny enough, the raptor
Is
is
the
typically
monster.
named monster.
Yeah.
Typically called that.
I would probably go up to him. I'm like, you are really cool. Just kind of.
You are really cool.
Well, I'm a freaking little thing looking up at this like electric freaking like raptor. I'm like,
The raptor would look down at you curiously. And he'd kind of look towards Lives with Monster, like expecting, you know, an answer. I'd say, he's fine for now, Monster.
And Jim just kind of like flies around. I'm like, lucky.
But yes, if you would all like to keep up and try and catch them before they reach the top of the mountain, we are going to need to leave quickly.
let's go.
Let's leave
At
now.
least, we'll take you to the outskirts of the primordial graveyard. See if you wish to continue on this path. I imagine with the members of the Saigon tribe, do you want to try and take them along, as it may slow you down, bringing more people who are unfamiliar with this place? That's just what both the tracker and Sean would warn you that they could come along, but they might risk slowing you down as you get there. It'd also be harder to move through the primordial graveyard with them.
I would probably tell him to go and relay the information of what's happening to the other tribe.
So you want them to bring the information back?
That
I would
what's
say
going
that
on.
The rock needs to come with us.
So you want to bring the
The great
yeah.
protector.
Great Protector. So try and keep less people with
Yeah,
you, less
just the
give
one,
you
and
away.
then
Right.
the rest maybe head back to the
Let him know what's going on.
and let them know.
So you're keeping Great Protector in the party.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
All right.
He's awesome.
So,
Yeah,
but mostly traveling light.
Yes.
Okay. So I think where we'll probably end this off with is just as you go, maybe another hour or two of this travel to the outskirts of the jungle
Okay.
and arrive at the primordial graveyard. And as you get there, the scene that you would see is a barren wasteland of earth that's been war-torn and in many areas reduced to ash. You see areas that have been arced with lightning, burned by fire, pitted with acid, and coated into swamps of poison. You see among it large areas of bones of great, powerful creatures, seem to be gargantuan in size.
Oh shit.
As you look off in the distance, maybe a mile or two out from you, you can see, similar to the Triceratops you've seen before, a gargantuan variant of this. One that shakes the earth as it walks, sounding like thunder as it steps, charging forwards into a massive reptilian creature that lets out a powerful shriek, striking terror into your very beings. As it strikes forward towards this great creature with lightning and fire blasting off of it. If anybody would like to see if they know what this one is.
Oh heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, got an 18.
Nope, I got it too.
18.
Same.
9.
So, Jim, this is one that just comes to your memory banks. Maybe a story you've heard as a child
Or like some random memory because she.
of this great, powerful creature known as a T-Rex. But this one, you see, just is coated with these unnatural spines that glow in various colors. You see a vibrant red glow as it blasts this creature with fire. It glows with lightning as it strikes down. And it even has tinges of frost come off it as it plants this creature into the ground. And you all watch as it rips this gargantuan Triceratops to pieces, letting out this great bellow.
Yeah, Jim just kind of like stares at it like,
I think I remember hearing stories about that. We should probably walk the other way for a bit.
Lives with Monster would let you know that is a primordial tyrant. When you have one of those at your front door, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
I get that. Have you guys ever killed a tyrant? Has that ever happened?
Long ago, our ancestors tried. They are far too great a foe. I doubt any of you would last seconds against one.
And that's why we should go the other way.
Maybe.
You'd be surprised at what we
How
can
do you
accomplish.
How do you get through here?
The area we go to, we skirt along the jungle, and we get to the foots of the mountain. The creatures don't go up there. There may be some smaller primordials along the way. You may have to get through them to get there, to the top. But as long as you avoid the bulk of the creatures here, you can usually sneak your way through and ambush the weaker ones.
We need to be sneaky.
Yes.
Understood.
It would definitely sound like a stealth mission would be in our best interests with how agitated the beasts have been lately. But as you guys look off in the distance towards these great tyrants fighting, that is where we'll end off for today as you make your way into the primordial graveyard. See you next time, everybody. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.